So let's get back to another problem we had seen before, which is to find out in this class whether there are two students with the same birthday or not. So the straightforward way of doing it is to take each card, each student, and go through all the other students looking whether that same birthday as this one appears in that card or not. So for instance, we can start with the first card which says Rahul was born on 30th of April. Then we will systematically go through all the other cards and look for anybody else born on 30th of April. If we find such a person, then we are done. Otherwise, we have to take the next card, say Priya, and look and see whether anybody is born on 17th of July and so on. So for every card, we have to compare with every other card.
Every card you have to compare with
and
every other card.
Yeah, and one of the things we said is that because we have already compared Rahul with Priya the first time, when we go to Priya, we need not compare back with Rahul.
Now here, I mean, my observation is, since we are just doing procedures and parameters and all that, this business that you give one card, you have a deck and you have a card. And to check whether in this deck, there is another card which has the same birthday as this. Doesn't matter what this card is actually. You could give me another card, the procedure is the same.
Yes.
Take the birthday from this card and go through, check against all the cards.
Yes.
So that looks like a nice thing to write as a procedure. So you give me so this birthday could perhaps be the parameter.
Yes.
Isn't it? Can be the parameter. It says search for this. So I don't even know this.
For example, I could ask you to look for somebody who has the same maths.
So you can take this card, take the, exactly.
Or born in the same city. Or
whatever. So you can give me 30th April as the date to search for and give me this entire deck. I will go through this whole deck. And say, of course, this card you should take out. You give me the deck without this card.
And you say yes or no.
And I will say yes or no.
Yes.
I will say yes or no. You don't want to know the pair, right? You are not looking for the pair. You only want to know whether or not there is a match. So I will say yes or no. The answer is yes or no. So that can be a procedure.
Correct.
Okay.
So I will give you the thing, right? So first let me start by saying, okay, I am looking for 30th of April. So I give you this deck and say, please look for 30th of April.
Okay. So I look for 30th April in this. So I am looking, so this is 13th October, 12th Jan. So none of this is 30th of April. So I am comparing each time with the birth date here. Okay. So I go through the whole thing like this. And at the end of it, I find that there is no 30th April. So I say no to you. Okay, so I have to write it, I guess, and give you, right? Do I write the result?
Yeah, you would have to write the result. So maybe you have to write, say, no and tell me, because you have to communicate the answer.
So I say answer is no.
No. Yeah, you just have to say yes or no.
No, in this case. Okay. I give you the answer. Okay.
So now you give me back the cards.
Yeah.
Okay. So now I would
what will you do now?
This card. And normally I would look at the next card. So I would kind of put this card, I mean, I don't want to mess up the stack. So I will say that I'm now looking for 13th of May. Right?
Okay.
So I give you this cards back, but I want to ask you to
look for 13th of May.
Right?
But you have forgotten that you have seen Rahul, right?
Yeah. So I would maybe tell you that the cards have, say, I have give you the cards in this form. So I have turned the cards that I have already seen.
Okay.
And now you must
I give you this
cards.
You have marked this card.
Yes, I have marked this card and you must look for the remaining cards.
You don't want me to look in this card?
You need not. It's up to you, but I can save you that work.
Okay.
By telling you that.
All right. So what do I have to do? I have to check?
You have to go through all of it and look for 13th of
13th of May. All right. Let me look for 13th of May. Now, I don't think there is a 13th of May, but let me check in any case.
Yeah. So you are just again checking.
Again, I am checking every card.
For the date
See here, there is 5th of May. There is no 13th of May. 30th of December, like that I am checking. And there is no 13th of May. So I return the answer. This answer is no. Same answer.
So I give you the same answer.
Okay.
And now you give me back the card.
And I give you the cards back. Yeah, here you are.
And now I have seen two cards, but where is the card?
Which card?
I gave you one card turned this way. No?
Oh, I messed it up. Huh?
So there was some Rahul. Oh, you were going through and you moved it all the way to the bottom. See, it's here. You should have given back to me exactly the way I gave it to you.
Oh.
So I think this contract was not fully
specified. Huh?
Yeah.
So okay. So I have some additional work to do now. You are saying not only do you find out answer, give me the answer yes or no,
Yes.
but return the cards to me in such a way that those cards that were kept like this, I should give it back to you keeping like this.
Exactly.
I should keep it like this.
Yes.
If I see this card like this, I keep it like this only.
Correct. Because otherwise I will not be able to
All
keep
right.
track of which ones I have.
I'll remember that. Okay,
Yeah.
I'll remember that.
Yeah. So now I will tell you that I have done Rahul, I have done Deepika.
Both of them you keep this way.
So I'll keep this way, and now I have Priya. So 17th of July is what I'm looking for, and now I give you the cards again carefully.
Like this.
Yeah.
So now I have to search,
Yes.
and I don't need to look at these two. So I won't look at these two, and in this I have to see 17th of July,
Yes.
right? So I quickly go through them. 17th of July, is it there or not? So again I am messing up these cards, but I want to remember that these cards I should not mess up. I have to give it back to you. So 17th of July does not look like it is 23 July is there. Okay, there is no 17th of July, so my answer is no, same answer. Okay,
Yeah.
but now you want me to give these cards back to you exactly like this.
Yes.
So I have put this like this, and I give it back to you like this,
Yeah.
right? With this answer, no.
Yeah. Because otherwise I would have to go back and I might accidentally ask you to look for 30th April again or 13th May again. So that's the reason that I want to do this.
Okay.
So in this case we have a limited, we have some extra constraint. So there is possibly a side effect, as you said. You may be reshuffling these cards, but this separation of these two sideways and upright you must maintain.
Maintain.
Right. So for example, I now do 16th of May, and again I give you this thing with these marked. So once again you must search for 16th of May without
I can
disturbing.
ignore. I can.
First
I
of
mean,
all,
I don't.
You can use the fact that these have already.
These have already been. I may not have to. I will not have to look at that.
Yeah.
And you want me to see 16th May. So this is 6th May. It's not 16th May. So again, I can go through this list like this, and quickly. And I'm messing up this, right?
Yeah.
Which is 5th May. I'm messing up these, but that's all right, because you said you are not worried about these. All you want to make sure is that when I return it to you, these cards status I don't change. Okay. So I return it back to you without changing the effect of these cards.
Yeah. So we could keep doing this. So each
We could
time
keep
I
doing it.
process this card, I add it back in this new sideways stack, and then I would take the next card and so on. Right? So this is something which is.
At the end, somewhere you will find something where the answer hopefully is yes.
Yeah, I think we saw one.
We saw one.
There was one which was correct. So that is. But I think the main point here is that we are adding some constraint to the contract.
And the constraint is that earlier we said that when you give me the deck, I am allowed to change the order of the deck in any way I want. Now you are saying that I will give you the deck, but there is a contract now you are saying.
So some part of it you
Some part of it you should not change.
yes, or some
Keep
aspect
intact.
of it.
Some aspect of the deck you should keep intact.
Yeah, and that could be even stronger. I could have even told you don't disturb anything.
Anything. Return the
everything.
deck in exactly the same way I gave it to you.
Yes,
You can
so
say.
no side effect.
Then I have to make sure that when I see the cards, I am seeing it in such a way that I can bring the stack back to the original state before I give it back to you.
Exactly.
Right?
So
I have
that
to make sure.
becomes part of the contract.
That
So
becomes part of
basically
the
whenever we call a procedure, we have, I guess the contract tells us several things. The first contract is what are we getting back, right? So I have to trust that the procedure is doing what I tell it, finding the maximum, or in this case, finding a matching birthday, yes, no. So the answer is correct. And the second part of the contract is the state of the information that I gave to the procedure. So is
it allowed to have side effects?
yeah, is it allowed to have side effects? How much of a side
How
effect?
much of a side effect?
So no side effect is the extreme case. Any side
Sometimes
effect,
it's not possible at all. Like we saw in the shopping bill,
yeah,
you did not give me the deck at all. So there's no way I can do side
yeah,
effect.
because one card
Right?
anyway you're not
You
allowed.
gave me only one card, so I can't do anything to the deck. That is one way. The other way is where we gave the mark card to me and I was changing the order completely and it was all right.
Yeah.
Side effects are allowed. It's okay.
Yeah.
And third is that partially you can allow some side effects.
Yeah. But the important thing from my perspective as the person who is subcontracting the work to this, delegating this work to a subcontractor, I need to be clear about what expectation I have. At the end of the thing, what is undisturbed. So I would know, for example, that the sideways cards and the upright cards are as they were before, but they may be shuffled. Or I might have a stronger
And it should
expectation
not have your whatever you are doing, your activity should be able to work
Yes.
even though I have mess up the cards.
Yes. So I'm not counting on the fact that you are keeping the same order or not keeping
Yeah,
the same
I
order. It
understand,
doesn't
yeah.
matter to me.
Doesn't matter to you.
Right. So that part of it, I should not be making assumptions about things which I don't know about.
Correct.
So the assumptions are limited to the contract.
Yeah.
So the contract says this is what is allowed. You should be robust to that. So in case tomorrow you're doing something else but giving me back the same answer, my procedure should still work.
Yeah.
So that is separating out this concern, like we discussed earlier. You do your job, I do my job, and we each do our job assuming the other person is doing what we asked them to, but we don't make any additional assumptions.
Right. Right.